What is going on, everybody? So I did win my first league challenge, and actually no, this is my second league challenge. I have one. I did win one with the Okie Dokie Endurance Power deck, but I won this league challenge with Mega Manectric, and there was only like 9 players. No, it had to be 8 because there was only 3 rounds. But I feel really good about it because I did play against 2 really popular decks right now. One of which you will see, one of which it was the Mega Kangaskhan versus Mega Absol. I did beat that, however I could not get the footage for that because the recording messed up, but I do got the footage for the Charizard versus the Charizard with I don't know if he was running the Klefki. I don't think he was running the Klefki, but there was Jet Energies in there and such, and that's who I beat to win the final game. But here we have a Grimstar type deck. Shout out to Pokepuffs. His link will be in the description down below. Makes great YouTube videos. Go check him out. Vendor POV content, stuff like that. And he plays really cool stuff. Go check him out for sure. Really cool guy. So I do have this in, I think, 1.5x speed. And yeah, we'll be able to see how Mega Manectric performs in this matchup. I got $35 of store credit, picked up packs of Mega Evolutions. There will be a short on that, so be sure to check that out to see what I got, because I did get an illustration rare. Pretty cool stuff. And then I got some dice, and I saved some of my store credit. Just waiting for this game to start, and there we go. Alright, I opened with the Tapu Koko, and I am going first. He's got the Shaman and Pidgey. Tapu Koko is really nice. I just slid that deck into the deck recently because if you go second and they only have one thing in the active, you only need 2 energies to donk them. So it does 60 damage with Linked Lightning plus 20 more for each of your bench Pokemon, which is not bad at all for 2 energies, plus the free retreat. I probably wouldn't have it in the deck if it didn't have the free retreat. So I go ahead and Nest Ball for the Miraidon. I only do play one Miraidon. The deck list will have been on screen by now. I only play the one Miraidon because I find a lot of the times the tandem unit isn't even like completely necessary, because you do struggle with bench space sometimes, and I do play the tandem unit for Tynamo and Iron Hands. Usually going first, you're going for the Tynamo and Iron Hands, and you don't really need the Mega Manectric yet because you go Iron Hands first before anything. You want the Tynamo just because it has that ability to accelerate energies pretty quickly. And as you can see, I Carmine, support of that you can use during your first turn, discard your hand, draw 5. I did have to discard 3 energy there, which hurt a little bit. Bench the Electric, which is always nice to get out. Play an Electric Generator and fail it, unfortunately. I've been failing a lot of those lately, and then I'll give up my turn to him. So he will play a Nest Ball of his own. Very nice looking Nest Ball too, very golden one. See what he plays down. He plays this deck with he's got the Fez, he's got Pidgeot EX, he's got Marnie's Morpeko. I do think he took the Toadscrew out, but he did have Toadscrew in there for a while. He's got the Cleffa, draw some cards. And the Shaman's nice too. As you can see, he plays the Ace-Spec as Scramble Switch. We don't ever see that come out, unfortunately, in this game, but pretty cool card. Keep a lot of his energies in play. See, he is deck checking right now. He will Arven for his Buddy Poffin and XP Share. XP Share onto the Pheasantipity and play that Buddy Poffin. Now, I think this is where he went wrong here. He got the Cleffa and the Impidimp, which obviously it's nice to have that Cleffa, but he only has one Impidimp on the field, which is pretty bad. Cut his deck, touch the air balloon so he can get into the retreat into that Cleffa. The glare is not very nice on that, but yeah, that is a Cleffa, and he will draw a lot of cards. Alright, I draw for turn, attach an energy onto Iron Hands, 2 energies out of 4 to hit that Ampy very much. I'll play Carmine, getting rid of a Tynamo and another energy. That is 4 energy in the discard pile. I got a really good hand there. I got 2 Electric Generators, Mega Manectric, and a Pokemon Catcher. It's kind of nutty. Play my first Electric Generator. Get the Singular Energy. Very nice. Shuffle my deck real quick. Electric Generator is such a fun card. I'll probably be playing this deck until the card rotates. I love Electric Generator. Where do I begin? It's so much fun to use. And although it is luck, there is stuff you can do to help hit your electric generators, like Super Rod, thinning your deck, taking cards out, getting as much cards from the deck out as possible. I hit 2 energies off that one, put one onto the Mega Manectric, get that ready, and then put one onto the Iron Hands, and the Amp You Very Much is ready to go. And my Mega Manectric is already being built up. Mind you, we are on turn 3. Yep, turn 3. That's why I love to go first with this deck. You can get so much energy going. Play the first Pokemon catcher and hit it. And I will choose to bring up the Impidimp. Although Pidgey is really cool to bring up, without a Grimstar in play, he really can't do anything, so I go for that instead of the Pidgey. If it was Charizard on the other hand, I'd probably go for the Pidgey. And then I Amp You Very Much for 2 prize cards. And as you can see, I do have another Pokemon catcher in my hand, which is pretty funny. He will Rare Candy into his Pidgeot. He will play the Quick Search, get the Spike Myth. Broken Stadium, by the way. Get out a Impidimp. See there, it probably would have been better to buddy for 2 Impidimps. So that he could, obviously they'd be safer. He will attach energy onto the Pheasantipity EX for turn. And then he will Grasping Draw for the rest of his cards. And I draw into Prime Catcher there, which is gross. So I do have Arven in hand as well, so I believe I will play the Arven. Yep, I will play the Arven. I did deck check for the feature booster already in the game, so I will grab that. And I will also grab, I don't know what I grabbed here. Ultra Ball, okay. Probably for that electric, of course. I'll play the Ultra Ball, discarding a Pokemon catcher and Air Balloon. Air Balloon is not usually a card you want to discard, but I figured getting the electric out was pretty neat, pretty handy. Good to have. Honestly, really wasn't necessary to get that electric out in that moment. Probably a misplay. I'll attach the future booster, enabling the free retreat, promoting the Tapu Koko so that I can Prime Catcher to bring back up the Iron Hands after bossing something of my choosing. Then Amp You Very Much onto his singular Impidimp for 2 prize cards, leaving me at 2 prize cards to his 6. Alright, see if he can cook anything up here. He's in a very bad spot. No Impidimp on the field. Does have a boss in hand. He plays an S-Ball. He does have Pheasantipity with the Flip the Script ability. Peep the artwork on my Iron Hands, by the way. Just beautiful card. Beautiful card. He will grab a Impidimp with the Spike Myth and a Marty's Morpeko with his Nest Ball. Let's see what he's going for here. Grabs the energy. He will attach the energy onto Pheasantipity. Then he will boss up my electric, which obviously Air Balloon pretty much is always used for electric. Basically always, unless you need it to pull off a play. You're pretty much always throwing it onto the electric because it has a retreat cost of 2, which is the beefiest in the deck by far. Besides the Iron Hands, but Iron Hands is Future Booster Capsule, and a lot of the times it's fine in the active because it's powered up. Then he will Super Rod to his deck 2 Impidimps. And that is all. So his game plan here is to obviously stall me by having that electric in the active, which does buy him a couple turns. Alright, he promotes the Pidgeot EX, and he will pass his turn to me. Obviously, that did him pretty well. I will Dynamotor onto my Mega Manectric EX. Arven. I think I was looking for the switch here, and I did prize it. So, yeah. I prized the switch there. Obviously, you can't have everything. So, instead, I will grab a Super Rod. My logic behind the Super Rod was to thin the deck as much as possible. And I need energies to win the game so I can retreat. So I thin the deck by grabbing the Vitality Band and only put 2 energies back into the deck with the Super Rod because I do want to have access to 1 energy in the discard pile with Dynamotor so that I could play it whenever I need it, whenever I see fit. But then throwing those 2 energies back in the deck gives me a higher chance to draw into it so I can get the retreat. Attach the Vitality Band onto Mega Manectric. Attach energy for turn and pass. Alright. This turn he will attach a Dark Energy onto his Fezandipity, Rare Candy into his Grimstar, finally get his energies flowing. He will do 4, 5, he will get all 5, throwing 2 onto his Grimstar, then the rest onto the Marnie's Morpeko. If you don't know, Marnie's Morpeko, 3 colors, energy spiky wheel, 20 damage plus 40 more for each dark energy attached. So the Morpeko would be swinging for 140 damage. As a single prizer, that's pretty gross. Opening some prize packs there. People, I got that Latios with the play stamp. That is peak. It's my second one, by the way. I do have the Umbreon play stamp as well. My luck with the newest prize pack is actually kind of crazy. Let me know if you like this tabletop format because I'm having a lot of fun with it. Go ahead and grab his Scramble Switch. And he will retreat. It's a Fezandipity, hoping I don't have the energy and just start building up damage on my board, which is honestly a fine play. Because that's kind of his only out here. Unfortunately, I do draw into the energy, which is what I need to win the game. I'll attach there Dynamotor, that's why I didn't Super Rod all 3. Get that in there, and then Riotous Blasting. Not having to discard the energy because I have Vitality Band on there and doing 210 without discarding the energy. And that will be the ball game there. Let's head into the next and last game. Our second game, we beat Mega Absol, Mega Kangaskhan, but I don't have the footage for that. Alright, we got our next game here. We're playing against a Charizard, Dusknoir, Pidgeot deck. I don't believe he plays the Klefki in this deck. He does have Jet Energies. But I think besides that, the list is relatively standard, I believe. He's a pretty good player. Really good player. I think he said he was 170th in the world in championship points. And yeah. He did lose the coin flip, and I will choose to go first with that. He does start with the Tatsugiri. So that is a pretty good start for him. And I will have to start my Zeraora. I did throw that card in the deck. If you don't know, Zeraora for 3 energies. That has an attack, I forget what it's called, but does 210 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon EX, which I threw in there. I didn't use it today, I don't believe. I might take it out, but I figured it'd be nice for things like... Actually, no, wait. I did use it in my matchup against the Mega Absol and Kangaskhan. I took out his Pekka. Really good card. 2 prizes off the bench, because usually everyone leaves those... Obviously, you leave those 2 prize liabilities onto the bench, which makes it perfect for Zeraora to, you know, do that. Do his stuff, alright. I will draw for turn. Attach energy onto my Zeraora so it has the ability to retreat. Now we'll Nest Ball. Checking the deck real quick. I gotta check this for a little bit here. See here. Okay, get the Miraidon and hit Tandem Unit. Get the Tynamo out. And then I will also grab my Iron Hands. Iron Hands, one of my favorite cards ever. Probably my favorite card ever besides like Miraidon. Just has a special place in my heart. Always been so great to me. Ever since I started playing the game last year. Alright, I'll attach the Future Booster Capsule onto Iron Hands and play the first Electric Generator of the game. I believe I hit 2 here. No, I hit 1. Shuffle the deck there. If you can get hit 1 from a generator, you're in good shape, usually. Let him cut my deck. See what I go with there. I have the Carmine in hand, so I will play the Carmine. Unfortunately, I have to get rid of the Super Rod, which is my only recovery, but you really don't worry about it too much. And then I have Electric Generator, Prime Catcher in hand with a Mega Manectric. Play the Electric Generator. Get 2 off of that. Building my Iron Hands up to 3. I have Energy in hand with Prime Catcher. pretty much giving me, unless he Ionos me, I have a free 2 prizes on whatever Pokemon I want to kill. It's very nice. He will Jet Energy to bring up his Tatsugiri, which is very smart because now he can also use TM Evolution with that Tatsugiri if he wants. He will Pokegear to, or attract customers to grab the Iono, which really scared me there because if I got Iono'd, I wouldn't be able to, well, I would still have outs. Who knows what I would have drawn into, but I liked my hand there. He Arvins for Buddy Poffin and a TM Evo. Forgot to grab the Poffin before. He grabbed the Charmanders though. That's what you're seeing right now. He'll grab a Charmander and a Pidgey with that Buddy Poffin. And then he gets the TM Evolution as well. Right now, I'm really eyeing down that Pidgey with my Prime Catcher. Because having a Pidgeot EX in play grants him access to 1 free card a turn of his choosing, which is just nuts. And yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Who is? And he did TM Evo only to the Pidgey. Which even more validated that play for me. So I will go ahead and attach energy for turn on Iron Hands. Tandem unit for my Manectric to get that ready to be evolved. And then after that, I'm thinking of the sequencing here. But I don't think I have to do anything besides just play Prime Catcher straight up onto that Pidgeotto. I assume he plays the Pheasantipede in the deck and then never benched it because of my Zero Aura, I think. Unless he just never needed the Fez or had access to it. That was probably a possibility as well. I'll Prime Catcher bring up his Pidgeotto, Iron Hands, and thank you very much. 2 prize cards. Let's see where he goes from here. Grabs the Charmeleon to evolve, or places the Charmeleon to evolve into his Charmander. I said that completely wrong. Just evolves his Charmander into Charmeleon. Then he will Iono me. I don't remember what I drew into here, but I think it was decent. He plays another Buddy Poffin, gets out a Duskull, and I think a second Duskull. Peep his artworks, by the way, too. Every card he has is illustration rare, which is actually so cool. I need the Dynamo and Electric illustration rares, but they're kind of expensive. He will bench a Pidgey as well. Track customers. He sees a boss and an Iono and chooses to go with the Iono. He did play the Town Store as well. Okay, wait, what'd I do? Okay, yeah, I Town Stored. He passed his turn after that. Alright, yeah, I Town Store because I wanted to get those cards from the bottom of the deck. I believe there's a... There was a card I needed down there, and I needed to shuffle the deck. Also, I believe I'm thinning my deck here so that I can draw cards with Mew, because I did get Ionoed into a Mew. Mew is such a good card, by the way. Like, the more you play this Mega Manectric deck, the more clutch Mew gets, I feel like. Alright, I bench the Mew. Attach energy for turn onto my Electric. Mew for 1 card, which was the Ultra Ball. Which I felt was really awkward there, so I just amped the active. I didn't want to play the Ultra Ball yet, even though it would be nice to get that Electric out. Kill the Tatsugiri for 2 prize cards. He promotes his Charmander. He will Ultra Ball away a Mist Energy and a Charmander. He will grab a Charizard EX with that. Another crazy illustration right there. The Pound Away and Fates one is so beautiful. Get the 2 energies, and he'll put 1 onto his active as well with the Infernal Rain ability. Attach 3 fire energies from your deck to your Pokemon any way you like. Pretty crazy. Then he will Town Store for the max spell as well. The max spell makes his Charizard able to kill my Mega Manectric too, which is very good for him. Without that, when I take 4 prize cards, he still only hits for 300, which is not enough to kill my Mega Manectric. But the max spell fixed that math and does 350. Yeah, I knows me into Air Balloon and Energy. And he still gets to see 6 cards. Evil Super Rod. Back into the deck, a Fire Energy and a Pidgeotto. Here, right now, I'm pretty much, I know I have to go with Mega Manectric for the win here. But my Mega Manectric things would be pretty rough. So that's why Mega Manectric is just such a big upgrade to Miraidon EX with Iron Hands, just because, I mean, even when Miraidon EX was good back in the last format, the last, like, regulation, there was no big one-hit KO attacker besides maybe Raichu, if you count that. And Raichu to take, you needed, like, you needed usually 6 energies on the board to kill a stage 2. So he'll Burning Darkness, killing that. I got the Electrike. I will play the Dynamotor. Grabbing that energy and throwing it onto Electrike. Play energy for turn, I believe. After playing the Air Balloon on the Electrike, as always, putting that Air Balloon on the Electrike. Touch energy for turn, which is 3 energies, which meets the requirements. Town Store to shuffle my deck. Checking to see how many Ultra Balls and Manectric are in there. Both Manectric are in there, and there's some Ultra Balls in there as well. So a high probability I draw into Manectric here with the restart. There's multiple ways of that. If I didn't get the Manectric here, though, it probably would have been pretty bad from there. Depending on what he has, I'm not 100% sure. Restart for 3. Mega Manectric. Then he scoops it up because I ride his blasting for 330 damage, discarding all energies and taking out that Charizard EX for my final 2 prize cards. So let me know what you guys think of this video. Do you want more video style like this, just like telling you how I went through my tournament run with tabletop gameplay? I think the tabletop gameplay is really fun to see, as well as just it grants a really good visual representation as I describe how it went down. So let me know what you guys think. What deck should I play? Thank you for watching.